Hey guys, welcome to Park Awaz. This is going to be our second video on the political system in China. Before we go into the insight of the political system, I want you to know that what are the bases of any judicial system in any country. Number one is the constitution. Number two is the agency, the prosecuting agency the country has, or a structure that country has where they can actually investigate certain cases and they can trial criminals and civilians. And the third component of any judicial system in any country will be the judges, and who actually are the people who act as the dispenser of justice. Seeing these three components of any judicial system, now we are going to go into the Chinese political system and the judicial system in China. So what we have over here is that in China, judiciary plays an entirely different role if it is compared to any other country. Whenever we see any political system of any democracy, we see that there are like three components, three organs of the states. Number one, it is the executive. Number two, it is the parliament or constitutional body, and number three is the judiciary. Over here in China, the judiciary is not the organ of the state, rather it is the sub organ of the executive, and that is the reason we can say that over here we cannot have rule of law, but we can have rule by law. The entire setup of judiciary in China from top to bottom stands for the implementation of the socialist legality. Now, what is socialist legality? It is a type of a legal system based on the civil law system with major modifications and additions from Marxist-Leninist ideology. The ideology stands for the development of the bourgeois state into a socialist state and egalitarian state without stratified social class. On the other hand, the judicial system in China has to submit to the will and command of the Communist Party of China and of the people. As you all know that the lawmaking and the decision making is basically done in the Standing Committee, NPC in miniature, that is the body that is there to enact the laws and regulations, and judicial system of China has to submit to the decisions that are taken by the Standing Committee and all the stalwarts of the party. The state organs at the lowest formation, county and the small municipalities, make laws and regulations in the light of the specific local conditions. There are, however, two requirements: that the proposed laws and regulations should not contradict the constitution, and B, the proposed laws and regulations must be submitted to the next higher organ for clearance before they go into effect. Another major aspect of the judicial system is, and the political system is, that the China has like two systems within. Like we can call it one country and two systems, where the law of Hong Kong is actually adopted in the land of Hong Kong since it was under the British, and that is the reason we have like one country and two systems. And that is how judicial system of China has to cope with it. So what is the judicial structure of China? It is a pyramidal structure where we have people's local courts at the base, and then we have small municipalities and the counties, and then we have the Supreme People's Court at the apex. We also have high courts in China. People's Court actually exists in every province, autonomous region and bigger municipalities under the central authority of the Supreme People's Court in Beijing. For every court there are like appointed number of judges and also a president that actually heads the council. The Supreme People's Court at the apex of hierarchical judicial system of China comprises of presidents, some vice presidents, and the number of judges as fixed by law. The presiding judge is elected by NPC, while the vice presidents and the judges are elected by the Standing Committee for once renewable tenure of 5 years. This court has both original as well as appellate jurisdiction. The second major component is the Supreme People's Procuratorate. It is the prosecution part of the judiciary. It plays a vital role as an instrument of the judicial system. It is again headed by the Prosecutor General, who is again actually elected by the NPC, and rest of the members are elected by the Standing Committee. This component also has local people's procuratorate, and they are also elected by the simultaneous corresponding authority at their level. In the end, every procuratorate has to actually report to the procuratorate at the level above. These are the two main bodies that are within the judicial system of China. Another major thing to notice about the judicial system of China is that there is no provision of judicial review, as it does not sit in judgment over the acts of NPC or the orders of the executive. So basically, judiciary ensures that the implementation of the policies of the party and is a tool to crush the enemies of socialism as desired by the party. So basically, the judiciary in China acts only as an instrument of government to carry out the dictation of the party. So to conclude, we can say that the judiciary has no independent role, but is acting as a sub-organ of the executive and the party. I hope you liked our video. Please do subscribe, please do click on the bell button, and please do keep on coming back. Thank you.